Oh, I'm instantly hot as soon as I shut the door. Neville. Oh no, we've lost Neville again. God, he's slippery he is. He's big Neville.
Hello mate, I enjoy your videos. I'm a roofer myself.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Is it back on?
Well, it is according to the phone. Stupid ass phones. Alright, let's just get straight in on this one. Let me faff in. You got it yet?
Yeah.
Sick, bruv.
But it still says live.
Yeah, I know. Is it not working there? Is that what the problem is? Because there's 12 on there.
Yeah, no, but it said reconnect. It went off.
Yeah.
I think it was
Just keep an eye on
the
it.
internet's just being a pain in the ass.
Is it the internet? Is it? I don't know, because like... Maybe. Yes,
What are you making there, bud?
so this is a little box section that sits where a wall comes down, roof comes up, and another wall comes down. Just a cap in there, like a closed apron. And then we're going to do a couple of aprons, a couple of saddles, and maybe some cover flashings for a bit of prep. What? Oh. You were waving at me, is that what you were waving at? I swear, every time I put this thing down, it takes more bench up. I'm sure it wasn't as bad as this last time, when I first got it. Not funny.
Yeah, it's because you're trying to do it. You're trying to get it out the way of the camera, aren't you?
Well, to some degree. Well, this isn't going to work well. Not on.
Mine's doing it as well. It's yours.
Yep. Fantastic.
But that doesn't look like it is, that one.
Who are we with?
Tuk-tuk.
Who? Who are we with? Interweb.
A virgin.
Virgin. Don't go on Virgin anymore. They're rubbish.
Since we put the price up, we've had nothing but problems.
Why don't you write them an angry worded email?
Because I can't be bothered. Why don't you?
Because I'm doing overtime.
So am I.
True that. Got fingerprints all over it. There's oil. Goddamn roofers. At least I get to scrape the lead. Yeah, buffer. Where are you in the southwest? South Devon. Do you ask because you're from here too?
Yeah, Newton Scabbert.
Oi, Newton Scabbert. Get on, boy. Not a million miles away from you. like a bit of Newton.
What's the scraping for?
Oh, it's just for my mental health deterioration. So basically, I'm cleaning it up so that when I weld it, we don't get any interference from the dirt. And the reason I'm scraping it this particular is because it's got patination oil all over it, where I oiled it for something else that the roofer messed up. I'm going to complain about this for the whole life. There was a set of roofers who have made me earn my money a lot. I'm absolutely fine with it. So this won't be my fanciest of welds, but it will be good and fit for purpose.
Zach said, do you think I should start making YouTube videos while I weld?
Why not,
Somebody
mate?
put no, Zach.
Why not, mate?
And somebody's asked what it is.
So it will be an apron for a chimney. So the chimney sits in here, got a roof coming up there, and that just waterproofs the corner.
Is the lead old?
No, it's not old. It's just freshly oiled from yesterday. We made it for someone else, and unfortunately, I can't use it for that particular purpose now. So I'm recycling. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Where's what it is? It is what
Is the
it
light normally on this? Is this turned on?
yeah, it's just never off.
Huh?
Never off.
Isn't there normally a light in the
No,
middle?
not normally. No, not particularly.
Are you
That's
sure?
Actually, no. No. Come on, tape. I'm on a late shift. Be nice.
Can't you use a lead dresser and a Stanley to get the cuts?
Yeah, you can use it. Yeah. I don't know if I'd use the lead dresser in any way to get a cut. I just much prefer using snips, and my fingertips appreciate the safety.
Do you bin gloves after using them or once, or do you get a decent lifespan out of them?
Speaking of that, I'm glad you mentioned it. So I don't know if you can see that on camera, but they're all cracking up. Soon as they crack, time for the bin. So I can go for a pair in a day, and sometimes a pair can last a week. These particular gloves, I buy them in the hundreds. This batch, for some reason, has been breaking down. I wouldn't recommend particularly using these gloves. I just like them because they're red. What's the point at?
It's quite messy.
Hmm?
Oh, Zach says, why not? Are there too many out there? You said he should do it, didn't you?
Yeah, I think you should do it, Zach. There's
Um,
never too many, mate. There's room in this world for everyone. Every business, every trade. There's room for everybody.
he's Canadian and he's currently in his last semester before I obtain my welding diploma and already have 5 licenses and could help tons of people starting.
To be honest, Zach, welding, like normal metal welding using TIG, MIG and things like that, I don't really see anyone doing it. The only problem you've got with that, obviously, is as soon as you start welding, the whole world just flashes out and goes dark because of your the type of welding you do, unless you're using gas, obviously.
Hello from Mississippi, US.
Hey there.
Hello, I'm from Finland.
God, get on.
And can you explain why lead is so rare? Is it just used as flashing? I don't think we use it in the USA at all, should we?
So parts of the US still use it. We've got, I think Texas still use it. and a couple of other states that have been on my chat before saying it's still out there. I don't think it's used widely. It's not rare in the UK, but it is rare in the world. It's obviously poisonous, and as such, pretty demonised and misunderstood. I would say you should use it, yes, definitely.
Only real ones know how heavy lead is.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Loading lead rolls onto the roof got to be the worst job going.
Yeah, the trick is to cut them up first. Cut them on the deck and take up a manageable amount. And no, it is not less manly to do it in bits. Save your knees, save your back. But it isn't always possible. The older you get, the more sense that makes.
Totally banned in Australia for years now. Use a fake adhesive substitute called
It's not.
Waxaflex.
Yeah, which is a bit like Uberflex and all that. It's not banned in Australia because they're actually advertising for lead workers to come out there in the UK randomly. But I think someone mentioned on chat before that it might just be for heritage buildings, like older buildings. So they're still using it, but they've stopped using it within the new build industry and roof refurbs, things like that. I believe, obviously I don't know, I'm not out there, but that's what someone on chat told me.
I never knew lead is dangerous. Been using it for almost a year. Can you explain how dangerous?
Wait, what do you use it for? Roofing? So lead is just poisonous, full stop. So you don't want it on your skin because what you don't want is hand to mouth cross-contamination across things that you own. So it's good to wear gloves and wash your hands rigorously afterwards. In this form it's relatively safe, but in a minute you'll see me weld it. As soon as it starts breaking into gas, it becomes poisonous gas. So I filter it so that it's safe. You can do it in a well-ventilated area, or you can use an FP3 mask. But obviously be aware of people around you. You don't want them breathing it in either. Where it did get a bit of a name for itself, lead paint, it used to dry out and then it would flake and then it would become airborne powder particles, so people were just breathing it in. If you're just using it day to day without welding and you're washing your hands before you do anything else afterwards, you're pretty safe. Just don't smoke and eat after you've been using it. Never ever lick it. I had a labourer once, and I make these wedges that go in a wall that we bang in a wall, and you have to fold them over sort of 2-3 times. I was like, right, fold them over, this is how you do it, tap, tap, tap. Turn around, look back, and he's got them in his mouth, and he's crushing them in his mouth instead of using the dresser. I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, what? Lead. Yeah? But, you know, people sometimes just don't know. You assume everybody knows, but sometimes...
Yeah, heritage only in the
in the US, yeah.
Australia, wasn't it? Or Australia,
Yeah, in the G'day Mate Oz. Trying to shrimp
I
on
love
farming.
working with lead, one of the easiest to work with.
Oh, not many people say that. It depends what you're doing with it, I suppose. Or how gifted you are. I don't find it easy to work with. It's always a challenge to get it looking good. It's always a pleasure though. Let's try again. I'm going to have to do some close-ups for him again today. You just make a noise, then go,
No, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that? Why not? Why not?
Why is lead still used on roofing and stuff? Doesn't rainwater wash a tiny amount of lead with it and all that? Not like there isn't lead anywhere, but just thinking. Is someone calling?
And then Mia's just sat there making faces at me at the back door. So, hang on, I'm trying to answer a question. So, I am still not educated on this enough to really answer this question. However, I am told it is negligible as to the amount that runs through the UK system. The way our gutter systems and everything work. As soon as it goes on the roof, within sort of usually about a week or two, it becomes inert. Once it's formed its own natural patina, and then going forward for hundreds of years, it's absolutely fine. That said, it does come from the ground as well, so it's a mined material.
It looks so soft and malleable. Are you ever tempted to chew it?
Absolutely
I
not,
want
ever.
to chew the forbidden metal.
Everybody says that to me in the
Okay, I don't
comments.
know
They're like,
why.
I really want to eat that, and I really
Why,
want to
though?
bite that. I don't know. But the Romans thought it was a good idea because they used to eat it. They used to use it as a sweetener. But no, it has never crossed my mind because I know how dangerous it is. Right. This is going to be messy, I would imagine. Let's do our best. Can you see? No. It's the hell. We'll do some close-ups in a bit. When we do the saddles. Well, at least I don't have to oil most of it. Do you TIG weld? No. Are you doing cut comments or
Yeah.
not?
You had the big thingy on. And I've got.
About 10 minutes ago, bro. Fight for it.
Do you know Tony from BJ? Josh, you answered that yesterday.
Yes, Josh, I know of him.
So nice.
Thanks.
I've got a step flash from Cotswell Stone on a slate roof tomorrow.
Yep.
Do I grind a line in the stone a good 60mm deep and put in a welt on my flashing, or step the stones individually? Didn't you answer this one?
No. I did not.
Oh.
So, is the stone uniform like bricks, or are they random stones? Answer me that one first.
Hi from Germany.
Hi. Oh God, that went down the wrong road.
Not the safest materials to work with. You seem to have everything under control. Seeing the videos from around the world where it's handled without safety measures just makes my skin crawl.
It's not as dangerous as you think. It takes years to build up in your system unless you're very silly with it. But unfortunately, a lot of people are very unsafe with it. And I guess that's part of the problem.
Do you use flux to weld it?
Nope. Just heat.
And Reese said no, very random.
Right, so in which case you don't want to do a continuous step flashing. So for me personally, I take each stone. So you've got your soakers running up your wall. So you've got your first stone that you hit. And then depending on how thin some of those stones are, you have to sort of play around it. But I kind of like to get at least 100mm for my minimum steps. So you'll have one piece, individual steps in the mortar joint. I don't personally welt them unless you're from Scotland or it's spec'd. But I will take it in 50mm, come down the wall, down the roof pitch, and then I'll curve the bottom corner off there, and then I'll take the next stone and I will literally come as far over as I need to bridge this one by at least 50mm, but it'd be nice for 75 to 100mm. And then sort of they'll go sort of all over the place, different step sizes. Make sure your line's nice and straight. Curve each one off. And if you are worried about a bit of flapping, you can leave a little tab that you can turn from the other one underneath each one, and then that will hold them all in place. And it doesn't hurt, just as you put each one, a little dollop of lead seal will stop them flapping around too much. You can strap them as well. Depends how much work you want to do, what sort of job it is. Right on there, so I've got units everywhere. Turquoise. Let's go to turquoise. Right, let's do it left.
Hi from Belgium. We do always 2 centimetre in.
In the lewd. This is a nice. And this is a nice. Yeah. So yeah, it's not too far off what I do myself. I do 2.5 centimetres. I guess the lewd is the chase.
Have you ever TIG welded, buddy? I've TIG welded for about 20 years and the hand technique's similar.
No, I haven't, but I have seen lead TIG welded.
Reese says thanks for the knowledge, much appreciated. See you next live.
No worries, man. Thanks for joining. like to have a go at TIG welding.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can MIG weld.
I know.
Just say cotton there. Go get me a MIG welder.
I said, yeah, I know.
Oh. Prove it, bro.
Mike said, bro, just got to say, I love your videos. You do amazing work.
Thank you, Mike. Very much appreciated.
And where, love your work. Where in the southwest you based?
South Devon. I hate using my good dresser on oil lead. Gets a tacky day. The douchebag one.
What do you think?
Food.
No, take her somewhere.
What?
Take her out.
Really? I'm going to break your car on purpose and sabotage it so you can't go out. Save me that.
Alright.
Save me like £5 a year of fuel. Just running teenagers around.
How long have you been doing lead work? Any advice for someone wanting to get into it?
I've been doing it personally about 20 years. Getting into it is really good if you can get in through the roofing industry because it all sort of marries up. It's really good to know, like when you put your lead in, how you sort of finish it, and quite often you all have to finish the job. So it's really worth getting into roofing. But you can get straight into lead. They do courses. I would highly recommend taking a course if you can afford it. If not, then you've just got to practice, watch some videos. But that is a very hard way of learning.
Jordan said, you are the best.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Oh my god, 20 years.
Yeah, 24 if you count roofing as well. I missed my big steel. Big Stelios.
I think it's now 25.
Hmm?
You've been saying 24 for a
Yeah, I've
while.
been saying 24 years for like a year. How long have I been doing lives?
I don't know.
Can't be doing it more than a year.
No, but you've been doing lead work and roofing for more than 24 years.
What am I now? No, I don't know. Hold on. How old am I? You don't know either. 44? Am I actually? Oh my god, I just aged 2 years in my head. Oh my god. I thought I was like 42, 43. Oh. What was I? How old was I when I started roofing? 18? I don't know. Yeah, I've been doing it for like, what feels like a century.
What's the biggest mistake you've made?
Oh, good question. No one's asked me that before. Biggest mistake I've made. There's probably two. The first was cutting a whole job's lead up. A big lead. The rolls were sort of this size, 6 metre by 760, and I cut 5 rolls up into different lengths ready for the job. And then when I got to the job and put them in, they were all the wrong size. So they all were no use, and I had to buy all the lead again to do that job. But it's okay because like the other lead got used elsewhere. But obviously I was out of pocket for a good month. And my other biggest mistake. Probably wasn't really my mistake, but someone working for me at the time when I used to do this as a slightly bigger business. I had a lad on a building site, and he had a bench like this, and he had a big old roll of lead, and he was making lamps up for me, cutting them down and stacking them, and he was in a 4-story building, and the roll of lead just rolled off the end of the bench, fell straight through the floorboards, all 3 levels to the ground level, good bump at the bottom level. Thank God everyone was on break, because it was break time, and it just went straight through all the floors. That was a pretty big mistake, and it would have been my fault if anything bad had happened. It was my company.
I don't see the comments you're asking him. Where are they coming from?
So-
Another stream or something?
Yeah, so we've got 2 streams running at the moment. We've got YouTube and the TikTok.
What are you making?
I am making a front apron for a chimney. So our little chimney sits in here, roof comes up there, and that just waterproofs this area. Did you ask me a question? Hanging on. It's already 6 o'clock, you told me I've got to stop at 6.
You need to now.
Well, let me make this one up and we'll see.
I did. What's that? Glass.
Class.
Wonderful.
Thank you. I do old things on lead. Oh no, on loud. That says, doesn't it? On load.
I don't know. It says lewd. I don't know.
Oh, load. Is this the guy from Belgium?
Yeah, I don't know what it means.
It's probably been badly translated. What sort of old things do you do on lewd?
It said take me on your live, Lou.
Take me on your live.
Have you always lead burned with acetylene?
I use propylene actually. Propylene and oxygen. I used to use acetylene, but the company that does acetylene wants extortionate rates to rent their gas bottles. So I moved to a different company who don't charge me extortionate rates. And to be fair, there's hardly any difference between propylene and acetylene. So I'm quite happy with the move.
Sounds like it's a bit of a nuclear power. Everybody thinks it's some boogeyman, and it's not if done properly, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. He's very misunderstood.
Tiger Shadow said those are nice tools. Do you enjoy lending your tools to friends and co-workers?
No lending, no tool. You may. Oh, no. I've got another dresser and bits that I use, which I call my basher kit for like rough jobs, where I know I'm going to get them dirty and smashed up. You're welcome to use those, but you do not, under any circumstances, no matter how hard or big or scary you are, touch my tools.
Morgan said, do you prep all your work for the next day for when you get there, or do it on the job?
Complete mixed bag of that. So a lot of stuff you see me doing on lives, I'm doing for other people, so I'm going to give it to them, they're going to fit it. But a lot of the stuff we're doing at the moment on lives is for me to fit, because I'm playing catch up with a bit of a backlog. And quite often I'll do it just on site as well.
1,000 years, 100 years.
What is?
Don't know. Is it true lead work used to be done by plumbers?
Yes, 100% true. Yeah, and still is. There's still some plumbers out there doing it, but they don't teach it at college anymore to plumbers. It's its own trade now.
He is the master.
Oh, thanks. The master of disaster.
What is the banana hammer made of? Is it soft? Can we chew that at least?
A dog would love to chew it, I think. It's that kind of, you know, the hard dog chew toy plastic that you get? Kind of very much like that. I don't actually know what it's made of, and I think different dresses are made of different materials. It's kind of very dense, hard, but soft at the same time, if that makes any sense at all. You can see where I beat it up with the hammer. It does mark it, but it doesn't break it.
Roof worker for life.
What was that?
Roof worker for life. Nylon.
Yeah, there are a lot of nylon dresses out there. There's a couple of other plastics I don't even know how to say that they're made of as well. Oh, I missed a bit.
David said, does your metal workbench aid with your welding at all, like heat transfer?
I believe so. Yeah, I can't stand welding on wood or any other material for that matter. It makes a difference in so many ways. It's true flat, so you don't get any low spots to blow through on. It's easily cleaned, easily washed, easily, you know. It never damages, it never scorches.
Morgan says, have you ever done roofing or just lead work?
Yeah, I was a roofer before I was a lead worker. Did it for about 4 years, and then a couple of years I transitioned from, don't say it, transitioned from roofer to lead worker. What are you laughing at? This chat aren't bullying me, so it's good. The last few chats have been very, very nice guys.
Noted, thanks very much for that.
Well, thank you for asking.
Please on TikTok call my... What are you making?
This is called a front apron. It goes around the base of a chimney on a roof. I can't do that with you. I will not do that with you.
Morgan said, do you enjoy roofing, mate? I'm currently doing it.
I did enjoy roofing, yes. I enjoy lead work a lot more than I enjoyed roofing. The problem was with roofing, for me, when I decided to become a lead worker, I was doing a lot of roofing that was very hard manual labour and very dirty all the time. And after sort of 5, 6 years, I was a bit bored of loading, constant loading out, stripping roofs, things like that. So that side of it, no, that can suck my ass. Preferred? No, I don't know what it says. Just try it. Stop being embarrassed to read things badly.
How much do you spend on solder?
I don't spend anything on solder at all.
What exactly is that stick made of? Hard rubber or a plastic?
Oh, this one's a plastic. The Angry Banana.
Your husband got to be happy. Did you fit it or just...
Just move on. Moving on.
Do you fit it or just make it?
I fit as well as make, yeah. Sometimes I make it for other people and they fit it.
Do you know the company High Point Roofing in the southwest
Yes.
work for him?
I do know them. I know them by name. I don't know if I know them off Instagram or if I've seen the vans driving around, but I do know them. Any good to work for? Okay. Okay.
Oh wow.
Right, you need a new home. Twice in one episode.
That's Josh that says he works for.
Oh, right, yes, yeah, I would have seen him driving around if Josh works for him. God damn it.
I agree, it's very messy but rewarding at the end, I suppose, when you see the difference.
I will say this, if I didn't do lead work, I would do roofing over any other trade. I don't want to be a plumber, sparky, chippy, a bricky, a renderer. None of those trades appeal to me at all. Slightly carpentry, very slightly, and very slightly stonemasonry. But I would hands down be a roofer over any other trade.
Josh says very good roofer, only in the gaffer.
Oh, sound.
Hi. How thick is that metal?
It's about, what did I say, 1.8 millimetres?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, get me, I'm learning with
Do
you.
you work on new builds mostly?
No, actually, I did a stint of new builds, but generally speaking, most of my stuff is on either generic housing that's being re-roofed or big houses that are being re-roofed. I would very much like to start doing some more. I want to do some more big listed, like National Trustee heritage buildings. I want to sink a few of them in a year.
Can we team up and start selling patterned banana hammers under your brand?
Who's we?
Fee.
Who?
Fee on here.
Who's Fee?
I
Fee?
don't know.
What do you mean? Team up how? Message me, Fee. Talk to me. That's already a conversation I'm having with someone else, so if you're better, let me know. Right, can we see that? We can't see that, can't we?
Josh, I want to learn to weld in the future as well as picking up flat roofing, mostly getting good at pitched for the time being.
Yeah, man, that's a solid foundation. Go for your pitch, get it down, and then slowly just start doing bits and pieces like chimney stuff. And if if you enjoy it, start doing a bit more of that. You're only young, aren't you, Josh? So you've got the whole world ahead of you, mate.
So Fee said team up like I do. When to source them and you sell them on streams. I do the.
Do you mean like be a middleman? I don't want a middleman. I mean, if you can get the bits done.
Team up like I do the when to source them and then I'm not too
Drop me
sure.
a message on Instagram if you're serious.
What's the best job you've done and why, and not about the money?
Oh. Oh, there's so many jobs. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. Best job I've done this year was a job I was allowed to do my roses and horseshoes and bits like that on really neat little bits as well, so they didn't take too long. I could just smash through, do a bit and do some ornate stuff. But I mean, I did a big church flat roof which I really enjoyed. But yeah, like it's endless. There's so many jobs I've loved. I couldn't possibly choose.
And then Josh said maybe you can teach me a thing or two.
Maybe Josh.
And
Maybe.
Fee says I'm the best, not just better. I'll message you.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Right, this lady.
pretty one.
I purchased an Anley MCT2 something pro welding machine. Hopefully I don't have
Need a
too
little
many.
lay down after
Oh,
that.
well, it was longer. Hopefully I don't have too many beers tonight and remember to call my dresser an angry banana.
Hopefully you do, my friend.
I'm going to send you, please, what I mean. Jordan said.
Yeah,
James
go
said,
for it.
love your work, brother.
Thank you, Mum.
Oh, I don't know. David said, how long have you been welding now? And do you do any casting?
No, I don't do any casting. For about 20 years I've been lead welding.
How do you get your work?
How do I get my work? Over this time, it's pretty much just word of mouth. When I set out, I did all the usual stuff like knocking on doors, ringing people up.
Proper job satisfaction. Is that aluminium?
No, it's lead.
Does lead inhalation cause infertility or cancer?
I don't think it causes cancer. That is a big misconception. It does cause infertility after a while of lead poisoning, but it also causes much worse things than that. So that's the last of your problems.
I hope you take care of yourself, my friend. Health is more important than anything.
100%. Yeah, and I'm trying to be better every day.
My mate Keelan is a lead roofer and he gets paid too much.
I disagree. I think he's worth every penny.
Treats lead like a pineapple.
A pineapple? Maybe he does get charged, paid too much.
I know that's someone else, sorry. I like your videos, mate. Really enjoy them.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
really good, brother.
Nice one.
David said code 5.
This is code 4. A bit of the blue tape. Right, so we have 2 recycled
You
aprons
can press and hold on the text to translate, I know.
on TikTok or
Yeah.
I want to do that on YouTube. Though. Like, how do you do it on YouTube?
But sometimes my phone doesn't let me and it gets me to try and reply to people.
Yeah, nothing works. It just like internet and stuff like that. Just never works
Hey,
smoothly, does it?
Look, sometimes
Yeah,
it
I know
works.
exactly what you mean. I have
And
answered
now
chat
it's
before.
trying to reply
Before you
to
came along, I used to do it all.
and it's really annoying me. No, it won't let me. I've had enough. It's stressing me out.
Give it up. Right, let's knock out 2 saddles. Now, do I recycle the offcuts that I used and then scrape them? I can't help myself. I've got to be frugal.
Does anyone know how I translate on YouTube though? 'Cause I
Yeah,
can't
we'll
do
take that advice.
That will help me.
So these offcuts are from the bits we just made. We made them twice because the roofer messed up the roof and now I can't use them any bigger lead. So we're making stuff out of this stuff.
Josh said, how much do you make on scrap lead?
Pretty much nothing, Josh. As you see me now, I pretty much use everything. If it's not used, like I don't strip lead. Like whenever I get to a job, it's usually stripped. And the companies that are doing the jobs usually want the scrap lead anyway. And everything down to that size I use.
Oh, now it let me translate. Take care of yourself, my friend.
Oh, thank you. There's been a shift in chat lately, hasn't there? Like, if you go back 12 months, it was like, die of lead poisoning, I hate you.
Yeah, it was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not even 12 months, I don't think.
Still like that on Facebook. And a little bit on Instagram.
Josh says his gaffer makes a wicked amount on it that gives him a bonus at the end of the year.
Oh, that's nice of him. He doesn't need to do that. How many gaffers do that?
You are the best. Greetings from Germany.
Oh, thank you. Guten Tag. I don't know if that's morning, night or evening, but that's all the German I have.
Depending on the size of the house, there may be a larger house.
You're doing close-ups next, okay?
I'm not.
Yeah?
No.
YouTube are getting a close-up and TikTok are getting a close-up. Don't shake your head at me. Why not? You did it the other day. Well, don't point it at yourself then. Gosh, she's so shy to the camera.
What's the most complex part?
Ooh, dressing. Dressing is by far the most complex part. Ah, there it is. No, it's not. That's not. Well, that'll do. Yeah, dressing lead is.
I thought you were stopping now.
No, I said I'm going to make some salads, and you're going to do the close-ups.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I've got stuff to do.
Well, I'm giving you a pay cut then. I'm docking your wages.
You haven't booked my holiday from last night. Hey, where's that man that was on chat yesterday?
The holiday guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've blocked him. Keep you up. God damn it. Gosh, I not the other one then. Having a clumsy day. Well, at least this gets that chimney out of the way. That's one more job jobbed. 20 window trays to do. And I've been putting them, like, I could have done a few tonight. It's just like, oh no, I'll do this instead. So who are you bringing in close first? TikTok or YouTube?
No.
No, don't dope me. Don't make me stamp my feet on camera. I will.
And I'll just stamp mine. Josh said would love to, well, need to learn in the future, maybe by the best.
I would definitely give you some tips, mate. 100%. It would be an honour to help.
Cuts bullets as if cutting shell butter.
What was that?
Cuts bullets as if cutting shell butter. Shea butter, you know? Cream.
Cuts bullets
That's what it says.
as if shell butter.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, I think.
What's better, lead mate or cement?
For me, lead mate all day long. All day long without any shadow of a doubt. Like, hands down better. Like, the lead can contract and expand under thermal movement. It doesn't crack up over time because when the lead expands and contracts, it does have the tendency, not always, but does have the tendency to crack the cement. It is just a better product for the job, 100%.
How much does my director friend get paid for this part of the broadcast?
All of my money. Literally all of my money.
Yeah.
I work for her.
Are you on Master Reefer's page on Facebook?
Yes, I am. I'm not active on there because it is so toxic. I get enough toxicity in my comments. I don't need to read everybody else's.
He was laughing at
Yeah.
how that goes on me. He knows that's not true.
Yes, he definitely doesn't. He started around now.
I want the holiday man back.
Stop.
It's the only reason I agreed to.
Yeah, you just get so much support from everyone on chat. You just come out here and I get owned constantly by everybody else. I'm like, I'm so right. And you're like, no you're not. And everyone's like, no you're not.
David laughed at your Master Reefers thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, not a happy place. There are some very funny things on there though that do make me laugh a lot. There's a chap called the Roofing Outlaw on Facebook who's got a profile page. Check him out. He's a good bloke. He's got a similar page to Master Roofers. I can't remember what it's called now. Something roofing anyway. And it's very similar to Master Roofers. And this geezer come on, and he's put a picture up of him on holiday, stood there posing like this, and he's like, "Hi, my name's so and so. I'd just like to introduce myself to everybody. I'm a roofer from so and so." Oh my god, that was it. Everybody in the chat just went off on him. Oh my god, it was hilarious. That sort of thing I've got a lot of time for. That sort of toxicity.
Should make fish in leads out of your leftover lead.
Yeah, right. I know.
Are you self-taught or have you been through all courses?
I was self-taught and then I went on the courses as well, just to say that I was qualified mostly. And these days as well, it pays to have the CSCS card, and if you're not qualified, you can't get one unless you're a labourer, and then you only have it for a year, and it's not. But yeah, it was more sort of ego. I just wanted to go, yeah, I'm qualified, bro.
David said, I only posted once on Master Roofers. It is a bear pit.
Savages, man. Absolute savages. I will say this though, the lead workers on Master Roofers page are so toxic. The roofers are like more banter. But yeah, you can put up the best job in the world. You can literally make gold out of lead. 24 karat gold with diamonds from lead, and they will still throw you to the wolves.
You should do tutorials.
Yes, I probably am going to do some. I don't think they get that many views, video related, and obviously, like as a social media sort of business plan type thing, it's not very sort of stimulating unless you want to learn. So I think I'm probably going to do that on YouTube members. So if you're a member, you can see me do in-depth tutorials. I think that's probably the best way to go with it.
I have done the basic lead welding and embossing course. How much is the total to do all of them?
Oh God. Who did you do it with? Did you do it with LSTA or Master Roofers? Or NCTS? And how much was it? You can basically times that by 4, I think. It is very expensive. Which is a shame, but they've got overheads. Got to make profit too.
Can you just leave them a minute? I'm just going to get a drink.
Which aren't on here, obviously.
Yeah.
Zach. Oh, you're doing that too, Zach. Your broadcast has arrived in Saudi Arabia. Congratulations. Oh, no way. You are not the first Saudi Arabian friend on here. You're probably the third. So I think there's not many countries I've not met on the chat now, and it's really cool to meet people like you. So thank you for joining. I think I had someone yesterday as a first. I don't remember who it was though. My memory's so terrible. It's one of the coolest things about doing lives is meeting people like that. From all over the world. And the education that everyone gives me. Slate or tile? I prefer slate, if that's what you're asking, all day long. Although I do like a plain tile. LSTA in Moxham. Ale Kings around 600, I think. Everything very expensive. Yeah, so Zach, it's if you paid about 600, you're looking probably, don't quote me on this, you're probably gonna, if you've done the bossing and welding, they take that off the overall amount, I believe they used to. So times it by 4, take a quarter off, and you're there or thereabouts. I spoke to them about doing the advanced course because I just wanted to say that I could do it. I'm sure it came out at like £3,000-4,000 and it would have been like 3 weeks, something like that. You know, when you actually whittle it down to what they're spending, their building, their overheads, and everything else, they're probably, you know, not making massive amount of money off us, but it is what it is. You know, they've got to pay their bills, they've got to make some profit. A million years. Right, let's give her a clean up. Bet you have plenty of scrap lead laying about. No, not really, no. You see me pull those 2 triangles out. I try and use them up in all this. You know, the only lead I waste is something that size, really. Like, if it's too small to be used, then that's the only thing that you would consider scrap. It would be really easy to scrap lead, obviously, but you know, it's actually a bit of a rigmarole going to the scrapyard and loading your van up, and it's just, you know, I used to get a bit when I was younger. God, I hate this job so much.
Did you miss me?
I did. I honestly think about lead burning, etc. is on the up. Everyone I know is getting into it now. Oh, that's good. It's good for the industry. There's a lot of lead workers, old-time lead workers out there who don't like me very much because I give away all the secrets.
Oh yeah, maybe it's for you.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm a great believer in that, you know, this industry needs more people in it. It needs some people that don't know what they're doing and still doing it need to sort of see, you know, how it's done. If I improve one person's lead work, then it's all been worthwhile. But yeah, there's some pretty grumpy lead workers out there. They think we're a secret society. My favourite lead workers are the ones that give me loads of stick. Like, that's not how I do it. You're doing it wrong. I'm like, well, this is what I got taught to do by the college and also everyone else. And this is how I do it. But, you know, you do you. And I'm like, no, this is how we do it. You're rubbish. Like, okay, and then you look on their profile next week and they're doing it the same. Oh my god, I'm so bored of scraping lead. Should have just used fresh lead. Right, you ready for some close-ups?
No. No.
Wasn't a question. It says a question. It was a statement.
Well, David said shaving both sides of the saddle. I've just learned something new. But you
Yes.
don't.
Yeah, if the lead needs cleaning, I always clean both sides.
What are you making?
These are called saddles. Ridge saddles.
The rolls of lead are surprisingly heavy.
Yeah, especially if you've never lifted one before. We had I turned up on a job on site, and we had rolls of 760, which are sort of this big, 6 meters coiled up, and they were 130 kilos, something like that, roughly. And I'm manhandling this thing, and the scaffolder comes up to me and he's like laughing at me. He said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You want me to take that for you?" I went, "Absolutely, I do." Put it down, doof like that, and he come up to it and he just went, "Oh my God, hey Rob, come here, try and lift this." He was blown away by how heavy it was.
The first time I picked one up, I smashed it on my toe.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Ben said, "Where are you based in the southwest?"
South Devon, buddy.
And Fee said that was a joke about him going door to door earlier in his career if it wasn't clear.
Okay.
Aluminium this?
No lead. Lead.
Probably a boring question, but how did you get into professional lead work?
Ooh, I did it through roofing, basically. Not a boring question at all. But yeah, basically I started as a roofer, saw the other guys doing it and just fell in love with it straight away. Just was like, I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Whatever it takes. It was actually quite a hard job to get into for me. But we got there.
Sorry?
But we got there.
I thought you said,
We
"What's
as
we
in
got there?"
We as in I. Talking about myself in the third person.
Okay.
Finish that statement with a thumbs up for me, just to be extra patronising.
Whatever you say.
Whatever.
They're maining in there because they wanted me to take them from both of them. So can
No. Whatever that question is no.
we hurry up, please? Because I need to.
If you're running around everywhere all day, every day,
I haven't.
you can spend 10 minutes with me,
I've been
your
in.
husband,
I've been in stuck in all day.
childhood sweetheart, love of your life.
No.
No. So you know then.
No, I don't want to be stuck in. I've got stuff to go and
You're going to be
get.
stuck in. You're going to be finished in 10 minutes after you've done all the close-ups.
What about dinner?
Alright, half an hour. What have we got for dinner tonight?
I'm not sure yet.
Really? Is it rice and beans?
I think I might do fry up.
Okay, I'm in. I'm in. You did really well.
Like I always do. Thank you very much, dear brother. It's your plans, I think.
Very, very welcome.
I don't think it's your plans.
Be the same, thank you to me.
David said I was the one that asked about the JCB bolster.
Oh, yeah? Ah, return guest. My favourite kind.
Does he mean the horn?
No, we've been on here. Yeah, he asked me about mine, which is in the van. God, all my tools are in the van. I want to show everyone. So on my in my comments, he might have asked, or it might have been on the live, but on one of my banging the thingy cover flashing videos, he said what make is it, and I put I'm ashamed to say JCB.
Oh yeah, that's not like you, is it?
No, but it is a great bolster, so it is what it is. Get over it. I also have a roughneck one, which is really good as well, but it's much tougher, like for more substantial bolstering.
David with laughing faces. How would you suggest getting into lead work from roofing? I'm in northwest London.
So if you're already roofing, for me personally, it was a case of obviously doing your valleys, doing your soakers, doing your basic lead work first and getting relatively good at that and an understanding of that. obviously, if you've got lead workers coming to site, just getting on their shoulder, going, "What are you doing? Why are you doing that? How are you doing that? Why is that? How did you get into it? What did you do?" But these days, obviously, you can take what's called a basic bossing and welding course, which is just a fantastic course to get into lead work from roofing, because you get a basic understanding from roofing. So you go off, you do your bossing and welding. It's only a week course, in out, and you can pretty much do most basic lead work from there. Might not look too fancy at first while you're getting used to it, but it is a fantastic way to do it if you can afford it.
David said Roughneck products are brilliant.
Yeah, I like Roughneck.
Nice one, mate. I appreciate that. Keep up the work.
Thanks for the question, buddy. Right, camera girl, stop frantically shaking your arm at me in panic.
Okay, unless you give them to me both in my hand.
Well, what, at the same time? Yeah. You handle two at a time?
Yeah.
Wow. One in each hand?
Yeah. That's the only way.
Is it? Okay, okay.
Now I need to unplug it though.
Alright, everybody gonna get seasick for a minute.
Where do you buy your tools from?
All over the place, literally all over the place. Uno. Okay. One in each hand, enjoy.
I just nearly dropped it.
That means I can get in a comfy welding position.
Oh, hang on a minute. I want that one in that hand and this one in this hand.
Why is one bigger than the other? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a case on it.
Got it? The left hand's smaller than the right.
Shut up. Oh. Sorry, guys.
Guys. Okay.
Oh, you need to turn it on.
Yeah, I just light the flame first.
Yeah, but I'm in the way.
Of what?
Turning it on.
My career progress. Rods. He was having a little laugh show.
Really cold.
Oh!
Yeah. So I might shake it a bit.
Big fatty mo. is.
Think.
Left or right? Let's finish on a crick.
Okay, that's me.
Just saying. It's never going to be pretty. It's all lead. I forget. Oh, good, we've stopped. Oh my god, we've just come to a hole. How's your legs now?
I think I'm going to sneeze.
Oh, good. Hammer off. That's you, that went in my ear. Have I got enough rod?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You can do it, Brixie.
Innuendo after innuendo. Oh, I've got a good one.
So somebody's retracted their message. It's not very good sign.
Okay, just show them that one. There we go. One little half-assed good one.
Help me.
No, I think you should just hold on to it. I'm wrapping it up now anyway, so you can just camera go at it. Bridge saddles.
Well, this
Roof
message
comes
is
up.
in here.
Wall comes up. Bridge saddles. So I'm going to start packing up and loading for my next job tomorrow now. The reason I'm not oiling the whole thing because it's already oiled, which is why I'm making loads of excuses for not welding as good as I could.
Great job. You've gone live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break.
Who said that? Who said that?
TikTok.
TikTok said that.
Mm.
Really, TikTok? They were asking me the other day how they feel. No, that was YouTube actually. How I feel about
What
mental
tool
health.
manufacturers do you recommend for lead tools?
No specific manufacturer at all, to be honest.
And where do they run those courses?
So there's 3 people you can go to: the LSTA, the NCTS, or Master Roofers that I know of. I'm sure there are some others.
Excellent.
Okay. Give me Tube U. Right, YouTube. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.